So being a part of the Willamette Debate Union essentially means that you are eligible to use this school's resources to compete in various different public speaking activities. So the primary one is world style debate, which is a more accessible conversational style of debate that focuses on thinking on your feet and developing short but coherent arguments on topics of all sorts of nature, whether it's a value kind of philosophical discussion or a policy or international relations discussion. Then there's also individual events, which are speech events that involve drama, limited preparation, extemporaneous type activities that are much shorter in nature and allow for the students to be more creative in developing types of presentations that they want to develop. We have a 2-day-a-week class that you can sign up for to kind of get really immersed in it right away. And then we also have weekend and evening practices that we hold at just an at-will basis for those who are interested in spending additional time working on these activities.
So the existence of the Willamette University Debate Union and receiving the debate scholarship was one of my major deciding factors in choosing to go to Willamette. I did debate when I was in high school, so being able to continue on with this activity was something that was really, really important to me.
We recently hired a new coach, and he is such a great innovator. I think that he's really attuned to the needs of the team. We still have so much of the same kind of fun dynamic. And we also still have the thing that I think has probably always been the case on every debate team, which is that some people are super into it, want to come to every practice, want to go to every tournament. And there are other people who have other priorities, who want to be in debate to learn what they can and to make friends. So I think that whatever the case, we will always have room for those differing expectations or priorities from debaters.
The Willamette Debate Union program is really designed to really focus on providing transferable and lifelong skills, including critical thinking, argumentation, rhetoric, public speaking. And so the benefits that you get from being a part of the debate program and a scholarship student is just the access to that type of education and that type of skill that hopefully you can use much, beyond debate and into different career paths, whatever that is that you choose.
Being on the debate team really shaped my worldview in a major, major way. It opened me up to new perspectives and ideas that I don't think I would have been exposed to otherwise.
I learned a lot about myself and about debate through the process. I got a lot more comfortable with public speaking, which has made a huge difference in other areas of my life. It just helps so much with presentations and other things like that. So being on the team really was just a huge part of my Willamette experience in a really positive way.
The most important aspect of my education was debate, and I think that it will be the most important aspect of any of the scholarship students' time at Willamette. Debate as a co-curricular is going to be what I hope will be the most exciting activity that they're involved in. We compete in the Northwest Forensic League, which involves schools from Washington, Alaska, Oregon, Montana, and Idaho. And so primarily we focus on traveling to universities in those areas, but we also do have opportunities for national travel. Those events are memorable. I mean, traveling with your colleagues to elite universities on the East Coast and in the South and competing against some of the most intelligent debaters in the country, and ideally winning against those debaters is, I think, always memorable.
So I got to travel across the United States multiple times every year, but the most special thing were actually the opportunities to travel abroad. So I got to compete internationally twice. First was in the winter of 2017 when my debate partner and I traveled to Latvia, and we represented the Willamette University Debate Union at a debate tournament in Riga. We were the only American team there. Then for that New Year's, I also went to judge in Mexico City at the World's Debate Tournament. So both of these times to travel were just so special because I got to meet people from all over the world. And debate is just a really great common equalizer because even though, we all spoke different languages and we were all from different parts of the world, we were all there to do the same thing.
Freshman spring, I got the chance to go to Panama. I don't think it's a country that I probably would have ever visited if it weren't for debate, but the Pan American Debating Championships were held there. So we went with some English debaters and some Spanish speaking debaters, and competed there. And just the opportunity to travel for my team. It was such an honor to represent Willamette internationally. And also incredibly fun.
Debate students just stand out in interviews because they have that confidence in that public speaking. When you can speak clearly and effectively, people tend to rally behind your ideas. And that's what makes good leaders.
I also grew a really great network while I was on the debate team, and it is what led me to the current job that I have post-graduation. So being on the debate team connected me to this job, first by having some connections to universities in China. Fast forward 4 years, and I was connected once again with this company called Logic Bird, which was actually started by 2 alumni from the debate union. So now I am a project manager and I develop curriculum as well as teach classes on public speaking, debate, history, and writing to students both in China and in the United States. So, the debate team really impacted my experience at Willamette, and it gave me opportunities while I was in school, but it has continued to give me opportunities that I'm going to benefit from for a really long time.
It made a huge difference in me being able to attend Willamette. The debate scholarship not only gave me that financial security coming into Willamette, but also gave me a community that I was entering into right when I got onto campus. It really helped in meeting upperclassmen, as well as just developing a community that was away from classes or my floor and having kind of this other space to really connect with people over a shared interest.
One of the most special things for me about being on the debate team was the sense of community that it offered. So I felt like I had a home on campus right from the start of my freshman year. There was always a place that I could go and people that I could be around. The debate team is actually where I made some of my best friends, and they continue to be my best friends to today.
There was already this group of women who were super into debate, who were captains of the team and who kind of ran the show a little bit. And immediately I was like, oh my God, I want to be as involved as they are. I want to be on that level. I want to be an exceptional debater, and I want to put all of my time, all of my free time into debate. And I would consider them to be some of my best friends from that experience.
Congratulations to all of the students who are being awarded a debate scholarship. We're looking forward to seeing you in the debate union and working alongside you.
I really hope that I see you on the team in the fall.
Just once again, I want to congratulate you on receiving the debate scholarship, and I hope that your time on the debate team is just as amazing as my time was.